Eso me parecía que hacía el fenómeno accidente de auto muy pertinente muy representativo de un conflicto de clase.
She thinks that specifically a car accident would be very good example of the difference between the classes.
I want to talk a little bit about the effect that this movie has on the viewer in a sensory way, because it's a movie about a woman who has suffered some kind of trauma to the head. We say maybe a concussion, we don't know for sure. And watching the movie, you feel like you have a concussion, and this is it completely puts you in the position of this person who has this kind of sudden separation from their reality. And maybe you can talk about how cinematically you attempted to achieve this with the image and the sound.
Era bastante difícil, por lo que queríamos era estar en la cabeza de ella sin hacer ninguna toma subjetiva.
It was really hard because we wanted to be inside her head without really having any point of view, POV shot.
Y entonces la idea fue primero usar el foco de manera tal que ella estuviese rodeada por una nebulosa durante la película.
So one of the things was to use the out of focus effect, so that she would be surrounded by something that is not really that clear over time.
Y construir una banda de sonido bastante poco realista, a pesar de que todos los elementos con los que están construidas son reales.
And also work with the soundtrack and give it that effect of unrealism in spite of having all real elements compounding it.
And how did you communicate this approach to your wonderful lead actress, Maria Annetto, who gives such a powerful performance, by doing very little, saying very little? It's such a contained, minimalistic performance, but she has to carry the whole film. So in what terms did you discuss the film with her before you started working on it?
La idea, lo que más nos preocupaba era que no pareciese amnesia, ni que una persona amnésica, ni una persona que se siente culpable, porque esas eran dos cosas de las que yo quería estar apartada.
Mainly we wanted to show somebody that was not amnesic and that didn't feel the guilt. We wanted to be away from those two things.
Porque a mí me parece que sí, y para eso la idea que María es una actriz muy excepcional y muy misteriosa en sus sistemas de interpretación, ¿no?
Maria is is a great actress, and she's very mysterious in her ways of approaching the character.
Yo la adoro, pero no podría ser jamás amiga de ella, porque es como una alienígena.
I love her, but I can never be her friend because she's like an alien.
En el mejor sentido, ¿no?
The best way, yeah, possible.
Y y el punto era que no transmitiese malestar que llevase a la idea de culpa o al menos intentar eso, ¿no?
So basically, we didn't want her to relate or to have any kind of feeling or any kind of discomfort or any feeling of guilt. Sorry.
It may be related to what we were discussing a second ago about the focal length and the blurred images, but why did you decide to shoot this film in the widescreen aspect ratio? It's the first of your three features in this widescreen format.
Yo lamento no haber encontrado este formato en las otras películas.
I'm sorry I didn't came across this radio first from my previous movies.
Porque para mí transmite mucho más esa idea que, por lo menos esa sensación que me produce el cine de estar espiando.
Because this is better, it gives you the idea of being spying, of being like, you know.
Y además porque en general me permite encuadrar el cuerpo. El cuerpo humano es más bien altura que ancho, ¿no? Y
Even bodies are actually taller than is wider.
entonces ese formato es lo contrario de esa proporción. Entonces eso para mí es muy interesante.
So this radio is exactly the opposite. I found that effect really interesting.
Y aparte que sirve muy bien para las personas acostadas.
It's also helpful if you're laying down.
I want to see if we have some questions here in the audience, right here in the front.
Okay. I just want to.
Oh, we have a microphone coming here.
Oh.
Hang on one second.
So, is it on?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. So, this is like a continuation in a way of La Cienega, and I'm looking at the framing, and I'm thinking of Antonioni, who uses modern architecture to get a sense of alienation, and in your framing, you seem to get, you get dread and secrets pushed to the edge by using some kind of minimalist fractioning of things. And also, I don't want to sound sexist, but there's something extremely intimate about seeing things in sections, a kind of merging with the environment that's uniquely something you're doing. And I'm wondering how you describe that to the people you're working with.
En verdad, el encuadre es algo que lo definimos ahí en el set, no es algo en lo que yo por lo menos piense previamente. Yo encuadro la cámara porque digamos, es muy difícil delegar ese momento en otra persona.
She actually takes care of the framing herself, but it's something that they decide when they're on set. She doesn't really think too much about it before they're there.
Lo que sí para mí define el encuadre, y eso sí lo tengo muy claro durante la escritura del guión, y si no, inmediatamente después, es el concepto sonoro de la escena y cómo voy a usar el foco, más que cómo encuadrar.
So mostly, besides the actual frame, is how she's going to be using the audio, and that she thinks from the very moment of writing the script, or as soon as she's done with writing the script.
Porque para mí la composición de la imagen en una película es casi lo que necesito, lo mínimo necesario para sugerir toda una situación sonora que está en off.
So basically, she uses as few elements as possible to define a surrounding audio situation.
Si bien yo entiendo que hay, por supuesto hay personas que no disfrutan este tipo de películas, pero yo creo firmemente que el sonido en el cine es lo único que verdaderamente atraviesa al espectador.
And even though she knows that not everybody enjoys these kind of films, she's a firm believer that actually the audio is the one thing that transpasses and reaches the viewer.
Físicamente es así, porque uno está encerrado en un cine como si fuese una pileta de natación, lleno de un fluido al que estamos acostumbrados, pero que existe, que es el aire, y las vibraciones de sonido nos tocan físicamente.
Physically, it's actually like that, because we're inside a movie theater and we have vibrations and audio, and that is actually the one thing that penetrates us.
Yo siento eso, que el encuadre en todo caso, o el aspecto visual de las películas, es una consecuencia de una decisión acerca del sonido.
So for her, the frame is actually like a consequence of a decision that is based on the audio and the sound.
Yes, there.
Yeah, I was wondering if you could speak a little bit about their relationship. I mean, how you film class in relation. Sorry, how you film class in relationship to violence? Because in my experience of your films, there's a kind of speed, especially when you're filming, sort of lower class children moving very fast across the screen, and the sound that accompanies those portions of your film. And I'm wondering if you could talk a little bit about, the sense of sort of imminent violence in some of those scenes, and whether you see that as really.